Good day everyone, Nigon here from Nigon's Electronic Creations, and I'm going to be doing the next Features of Igniter video. And this is going to be actually geared for Spark 2 and Spark Color 2, though it will work on Igniter. And this feature is going to be how to have a quasi SaberCinema. Now, Igniter 2 is the only board that features the full-blown SaberCinema, where all your tracks you can also start the Saber and you can navigate through them. But with Spark 2 and Spark Color 2, because all of my boards support the TruMix, where the mix and the sound effects are mixed in real time, you can actually just replace the hum with a track file and then be able to use the Saber that way with the music playing as well. Alright, so let's go over that. What we're going to do is we're going to go here to disk. So this is basically the default files, and we're just going to add into font 1, we're going to make this like our Saber Cinema font. And we're just going to basically use the main theme there into that. And then I'll also add the main theme in the tracks. So that way I can play it as a normal track if I want to just play it in my tracks, and I can actually use this quasi SaberCinema. So let's do that. So first let's set up the quasi SaberCinema. So let's just go to our hums. Let's just delete every existing hum that's here. Then once that's deleted, we'll just move this over, rename this to hum 01, and then finally make sure to open the config editor for that font so that it'll update the right number of sounds. And there you go, it basically now updated the hums. It also updated D out apparently, which is fine. And so now that should work fine. Now let's go ahead and also add the track, actually as a track. So we can just add this here. And let's just replace it. That first track is something I created. We don't need it, say. That'll make it simpler, and that way we don't have to update this. But if you did add a track, make sure to go back here and it would update it. Make sure it's saved. That's great. Now the final step, of course, as always, is this is all on disk. We need to go over here, format this card. I've already formatted this so it's completely blank, but make sure you know to actually format this. Once it's formatted, then just go back to here and copy all the files, save for the backup. You don't really need to copy that. Just copy them all here, and then once all these files are copied over, we can put it in the Saber. So I'm going to jump the video to the card in the Saber, and we'll look at how it sounds. Now that the card has been inserted into the Saber, let's check out how it sounds. So for the first font, you'll remember that the hum was replaced with the track, so let's see how it works. So Saber works as normal, but it's playing music. Now, of course, unlike the true SaberCinema and Igniter, the sound only is going to play when the Saber is on. So you saw when I retracted, the music goes away. With Igniter, of course, when you retract, then you can still play the music, skip to sounds. So it's a much better feature in Igniter. But this gives you a way to have music and the Saber working at the same time with Spark. And of course, if we go to tracks, so in our tracks, we still have the music as well. If we want to just play it in the normal music, and we can switch sounds. So that is a way to have music playing and using your Saber at the same time, not only with Igniter 2, but with Spark Color 2 and Spark 2 as well. Hope you enjoyed.